I decided to get back into doing these little small news stories. I kind of like doing these instead of just a silent live stream or somebody looking at a wall or something. You know, we're going to keep doing it and see what it do. This story is from the USA Today. Pam Grier. I haven't given up. Pam Grier on them, the scare. Horror in 50 Years of Foxy Brown. Story by Brian Truitt, USA Today, published April 25th, 2024. All right, let's get into it. Usually, the only intruders Pam Grier has to worry about are the horses who saunter into her Colorado ranch house uninvited. Why are your horses coming in the ranch house? I've got to get them out before they poop, says the longtime actress and 1970s film icon. They feel comfortable walking in and going to sleep. Hey mom, how you doing? She love her horses, huh? In a new horror series, Pam Grier, 74, faces something far more supernatural. Them, the Scare, now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Centers on Dawn, Deborah, I can't pronounce that, sound like an African name, or Urindi. Never mind, it's not important. An LAPD homicide detective in 1991 aftermath of the Rodney King beating, pursuing a serial killer who leaves gruesome crime scenes. Athena, Pam Grier Laugh, is the caring mom and LAPD homicide detective Dawn Deborah O'Urinade in the streaming horror series Them the Scare, Quantrill Colbert Prime Video. Grier plays Dawn, mom Athena, who takes care of her daughter and grandson Joshua J. Williams, harbors a dark secret and has terrifying visions, including a monstrous washing machine around the house that may or may not be real. Sounds trippy. A monstrous washing machine. This is not the sex symbol of old, says Grier, who gained fame in the black exploitation era and became a pop culture powerhouse with films like 1974's Foxy Brown. Now I know what it's like to take care of people who can no longer take care of themselves anymore and are ashamed and give up that strength to vulnerability. Grier has a history of scary projects dating back to 1973. Blackula. I remember Blackula. That was pretty good. Which includes the 2001 Snoop Dogg movie Bones at last year's Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. Oh, I didn't know she was in that. I didn't even know they had another Pet Cemetery. Not everyone can handle horror. They don't like to be scared, she says. I don't like going in a dark room I've never been into. What scares Grier most? Using ancestry sites like 23andMe. Oh, I have 99 cousins. Great. Yeah, that is scary. I agree with that. Leave those ancestry sites. Leave that alone because they recently. I believe I did a story years ago about how they sold the. You know how you give the sample to them and they run your ancestry. Well, they keep those samples, and they recently had sold those samples of everybody to big pharma. So you got to be careful with that. You never know what they might be cooking up for you. For the second season of his anthology series, Them, creator Little Marvin, that's the dude name, Little Marvin. Okay. Creator Little Marvin sought out Grier to play Athena. When I read the script first time, I'm scared. My hands are sweating. Woo, now I know why folks drink, she recalls. He felt I wasn't numb from all of the events in my life that could make people run into a padded room, never come out, and be weighted by medication. But Greer pulled it off by bringing her real self to the role, so much so that it involved crying, anxiety, and nosebleeds. I'm not layers of calluses on my emotions. I'm raw. I'm still here. I made me feel, yay, I haven't given up. Damn, I don't know about this writer. Oh, look at Pam Grier. She put on some weight, but she's still pretty as hell. Yes, let's see how some of you look when you hit 74. In 1971, when the scare is set, Grier wasn't living in lavish LA. Instead, she called Colorado home, taking care of her family, and she still loves that lifestyle. I have trucks, I have dirt. I could name 10 tractor companies, she said. I don't roll out of bed and go to work. I come from a long distance of really enjoying what I'm doing. I step off the plane, I walk into the office in character. But the LAPD of the past was ill informed and very dangerous, she said. That's still the same. Ain't nothing changed with that. In the late 90s, Grier was starring in the Showtime comedy Lynx and stayed in Los Angeles for 9 months while filming on the Paramount lot. She left for work one morning at 4 a.m. and was stopped by an officer on Melrose Avenue, told to get out of her car, and interrogated about what she was doing at the time of day. They didn't believe me, and if I made a false move, I probably would not be here, Grier recalls. I'm never late for work, but I wanted to survive. That scared me. And if it's happening to me, a woman with rollers in her hair, going to work at 4 a.m., then a whole lot of folks are going through something. You damn right. Even with all the movies she's done and her past works, she still get treated like that. And that's the nature of the beast we live in. Grier recently optioned her 2010 memoir, Foxy, My Life in Three Acts, and her life story is being developed as a TV series with Village Roadhouse Pictures, or a 7-hour film, and people will get up and not finish their popcorn, she quips. One of the aspects it will touch on is the origins of Foxy Brown, which celebrated its 50th anniversary on April 5th. Foxy, a woman who poses as a prostitute to infiltrate a criminal syndicate after her undercover agent boyfriend is murdered, has been a touchstone for decades. But in action films like Foxy and Coffee, a year earlier, she surprised people as an up-and-coming actress who spent her childhood in Colorado and Wyoming hunting, fishing, and studying karate and aikido. It took 3 to 4 years to prepare a society to see a woman in a man's position, a traditional martial arts leadership, standing up, talking back, Grier says. She also admits that she got a lot of foxiness from the woman around her, especially her aunt. I was just doing what they were thinking. I didn't create the wheel. As a kid, I was a dork and skinny. My kneecaps were bigger than my legs. I wasn't attractive. I didn't attract boys or anything. So in her early 20s, when she was cast in Foxy, her first thought was, I don't think they're going to watch. And lo and behold, they did watch for 50 years. Yes, sir. Is that the end of the story? I guess it is. Oh, shout out to Pam Grier, still doing her thing, still finding work. But at this age, I mean, she should have bigger roles. And how long she's been doing what she's doing. I remember seeing Pam Grier when I was a little kid. I was young as hell and watching Pam Grier on a movie screen. Mm. But I might tune in to check out the series because anything Pam Grier in, it's got to be pretty good because she's a hell of an actress. Not just not just eye candy. She could really act. It was this one movie that she was in with Ice Cube. Damn, what was the name of that movie? It was something to do with on Mars. It was a pretty good movie. I remember a bunch of us going to the drive-in to see it. Shout out to Pam Grier. Continued success for her. Yep.